Hello, all my lovely hallucinations. It is your favorite schizophrenic frog, Schizophrognic, aka Froggy G420. I'm coming at you with the power of double rollout Moltres Backline. I had a lot of fun playing this team. It was able to flip losing matchups. It was great into neutral matchups, so I hope you enjoy it, and let's get right into it. All right, going into our first matchup, I decided to lead Dunsparce. I found Dunsparce to have way better play in leads than Bibarel, and I thought Bibarel and Moltres as an interchangeable safe swap and closer was way better than, say, Dunsparce in that position. All right, getting into the first match, Dunsparce versus Cresselia. This plays out very slowly, and I'm pretty sure I soft lose it either way. So, I'm going to throw an alignment twice, throw two drill runs, and on the second drill run, I'm going to swap out to Moltres. I feel like I can catch a grass knot with Moltres, and if I do, that grass knot is doing nothing to Moltres. So, first drill run goes through, it's on CMP tie, which is great for me, so I know my next drill run is going to go before they can throw that grass knot. They throw the grass knot, drill run and grass knot are not threatening either of these Pokemon. So I throw the next drill run. No threat. This is not going to threaten anything. It's going to put them in yellow. They're fine. So after this, I immediately swap into Moltres. I get a sucker punch through. I get another one too. And they throw. This is the grass knot. It's great. And it is. It's the grass knot. It's not the Moonblast. A lot of Cresselias run Moonblast, and that very well could KO me. Now Swampert comes in. I lose this. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to use a shield. I'm just going to lose this. Hydro Cannon comes through. It does a lot of damage, but they have Mud Shot. So Mud Shot's not really going to threaten a farm down anytime soon. I can get a lot of sucker punches off, and lo and behold, I get the Ancient Power boost. So now with Ancient Power, these sucker punches really add up. They get the farm down not before I do half their health in sucker punch damage. Now Dunsparce, I saved Dunsparce to be a damage sponge. Dunsparce comes in, I'm going to take this Hydro Cannon. I'm not going down shields. I'm going to bank everything I have on Bibarel winning this matchup for me. I immediately swap into Bibarel. And right now, I'm thinking of the win con of farm this down no matter what, go up a lot of energy, get two moves loaded on the Cresselia because I know they're going to swap in Cresselia. It has Grass Knot. If I keep trying to farm up with Bibarel on the Cresselia, they're going to take my next shield. So of course, I use a shield. They got to another Hydro Cannon, and now here we go. They're going to swap in Cresselia, and I'm going to throw one more rollout. I'm going to throw one more rollout and throw the Hyper Fang. I could have gotten two, maybe three more rollouts, but I'm playing it safe. I'm not letting them get to that Grass Knot. All that matters is what's in their back line. I'm pretty low. I could get farmed down, and it's a Talonflame. This is great for me. I throw on the second Incinerate so they don't get the damage registration for the third one. I throw on the second one so I know I can get two Surfs through. First Surf goes through, here comes the second one. As you see, I would have been farmed down, but because I threw on that second Incinerate, I was able to get the next Surf off. That game is won for me. On to the next. All right, hopping into our next matchup. As you're going to see, this is not a good lead for me. This matchup was very hard to play through. It's Dunsparce into Venusaur. I'm really thinking I need to get a move off, I need to eat a move, and then I need to immediately swap into Moltres. That's all I'm thinking. I have to use Moltres as a win con. That is what Moltres is there for, is to be a win con. This Frenzy Plant goes through, it's on CMP. Frenzy Plant's going to do a lot of damage. Now I get the Drill Run through. Drill Run's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to put them in the yellow, and that's exactly what I need. I'm going to swap out of this matchup, go right into Moltres. They don't swap out immediately, though, which gives me enough farm. And now it's a Morpeko. I do not like Morpekos. Morpekos can just sweep an entire team. You have no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you see a Morpeko and you do not have a counter for it, it's either a really difficult team effort or this is going to happen. The Morpeko has gotten up to two moves, but they throw the Psychic Fangs. I was ready to let that go through and just die. But since they threw the Psychic Fangs, I can keep going. And this one, they don't have an Aura Wheel. I can tell this is another Psychic Fangs. Now this matchup is playing very differently. I'm going to farm up to the Brave Bird, and I'm going to let it go through. I'm up 2 shields. I'm about to be up 2 shields because of this, which completely changes this matchup around. I throw the Brave Bird. I'm immediately going to swap into Dunsparce. Now, you're going to see I very well could have lost this match. Their last Pokemon has great neutral play. I should have played this very differently. When this Venusaur comes in, I should have done more rollouts. I should have done 2 more to get the energy advantage on Dunsparce. But I throw on alignment because I don't know their counts. I know they farmed up a little bit, and if they got my shield, I would have lost this either way. Here comes some more Pekko. They're going to throw another... they're throwing a Psychic Fangs, which this is another way I misplayed, is I could have just let this go through and farm down with a Bibarel. They have no shields. I should have kept my shields in play, but I let it go through. I was too focused on the Morpeko because of how strong it is. This comes through. Morpeko is KO'd. They swap in the Drapion. I immediately swap in the Bibarel, but I already know this is a losing matchup. I already swapped too fast. I couldn't let Dunsparce go through. I was backed into a corner. Because look, Crunch does half my health. They're going to outpace me. What I should have also done was thrown the Surf here. You'll see right after this, I could have made it to another Surf if I threw a Surf. But I threw the Hyper Fang because I was just thinking damage, damage, damage. And as you see, I would have made it to the Surf. They get another move off. And I think it's over. But the Niantic gods say otherwise. Because I switch in this Dunsparce. And he just stops playing. So, on to the next match. Alright, into our next matchup. This is honestly one of my favorite matches from this video, is Azu lead into Dunsparce. I immediately switched to the Bibarel because Bibarel has way more play into Azu than Dunsparce. And as you see, I throw on 5. I usually do this with Clodsire and Azu players with Rollout. I throw on 5 because as you see, I'll be able to get the sneak through. Even on a switch in, I'll be able to get the sneak through. There, unanswered Rollout. That's extra energy. And that's terrible to do for a Rollout player. You do not want to give a Rollout player extra energy. That player off does a lot of damage. Then they swap in this Toxapex. 2 tanks. That's crazy. So I'm thinking of a win con here. And my win con is to not give up shields. Because going down shields on really tanky Pokemon layouts, you basically have lost. I get this second Hyper Fang. And after this Hyper Fang, they get put in farm down range for Moltres. See, they're in the yellow, but they have moves banked up. So I swap in the Moltres, and I'm thinking I need to live both these moves. I have to no shield them. I have to live. I have to get off a Brave Bird. Sludge Wave comes through, and I live it. But they have another move ready, so I just keep farming. It's going to be the Brine. They need to get the Brine off. They could not farm up to a Sludge Wave. So the Brine is coming through, and I live it. I live it on barely any HP, live the extra poison jab, and I have the Brave Bird loaded. This losing matchup is about to get flipped on its head purely because they do not block the Brave Bird. Brave Bird comes through, I immediately swap into Dunsparce, and now this matchup has been flipped on its head. This Azu cannot get to a move. And I just got 5 unanswered rollouts. And wow, a triple tank team. This team, with a lot of other matchups, will easily lose. But I played it out of my mind. I got the Brave Bird through because he was also thinking if he goes down shields, he's going to lose. We both had a win con purely because the Brave Bird went through and I got the farm down. I won this. Now, as you see, I'm not the nicest of players when it comes to online. I'm totally not thinking of how I'm going to catch this move and 2 shield flex on this guy. So I'm going to throw the rollout. And then after this rollout, I'm just going to keep counting. I know what he's at. I know how much it is to get to a power gem. So I throw again, and then I make the catch, which just means I just have to get to 2 drill runs, and I've won this match 2 shield flexing. And that's all she wrote. I have 2 shields in play. His Astonish is not going to threaten anything. It's doing nothing. So I throw the 2 drill runs, and I get this easy KO win. This was one of my favorite matchups because it shows the power of Bravebird Moltres. And that's all she wrote, is I flipped the matchup with Bravebird. You have to block the Bravebird. And in the back was a Corsola. On to the next match. Alright, into our last matchup. Luckily, I faced against someone who was also wearing the Wooloo hoodie. I hope you guys liked my avatar. This will be on regionals, because I plan to go to the Atlanta regionals in April. Into our last matchup, Dunsparce against Claude. I'm going to throw on 5. They're just going to farm up to the Earthquake. Sludge Bomb is not advantageous for this person to throw. So I throw on 5, get the drill run through, and I'm thinking if they stay in this matchup, it's just a soft lose no matter how they play it. I let the Earthquake go through. I also got that sneak through. You saw from the last match, I got a sneak through with Azu. This is why I throw on 5. You always get the sneak through if they're not thinking. And because I threw on 5, I was able to bank almost 2 drill runs. And that really changes this matchup. Azu versus Bibarel, you've seen how that plays out. Bibarel wins this. I'll have to use a shield if I want to win this, but that's okay. You'll see, even through a misplay, I won this matchup because of, Dunsparce lined up against Clodsire, Bibarel lined up against Azu. Those are 2 loses. Almost any scenario, those are 2 loses. So I get this next Hyper Fang through. They shield it, which is great for me. I'm going to shield this next move, which I could have let go through in hindsight. I still shielded. Matching shields, that's completely okay. They do a double play, and I was stuck in a rollout. So that's a misplay on my end. I should have realized switch timer was up, and they get an unanswered Sludge Bomb. Now they're dry of energy, so I can farm up to 100 energy on Dunsparce, get this KO. They're not going to shield this. There's no reason for them to shield it. It would actually be a lose if they did shield this right now. I do have to throw the second drill run though, so I lose a lot of my energy. But since I have 2 rollouts until the next drill run, I'm still in the driver's seat. Here comes Azu. Azu has energy loaded, so I'm just going to throw on alignment, get that done and over with. But as you're going to see here, they shield. They shield the drill run. So now win con changes. I'm going to let this Dunsparce go. Letting the Dunsparce go means I get energy on Moltres. And the scariest thing you can do is lead a backline against an energy banked Moltres. I'm just going for the farm down. And they're going to throw the move. That's fine. I have a shield. This is why I let Dunsparce go through. Get as much energy on the Moltres so I know I can throw a Bravebird in the back. But it's a Dugong. I would have lost this if I didn't let the Dunsparce go through. So I get to 2 Ancient Powers against this Dugong. And as you see, even 2 Ancient Powers doesn't fully KO the Dugong. That's fine, because they need 5 Ice Shards to get to an Icy Wind, and I get 2 Ancient Powers and a Sucker Punch through before. And that's all she wrote. I farmed down the Azu, and that's GG. Thank you so much for watching my video. This was the first video I've ever recorded, I've ever edited, and this is going to be the first video I post. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any input on how to make these videos better, whether it be the format, whether it be how I talk, any of that, please drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and a follow. I'm going to keep posting more Pokemon videos. I'm going to mainly post Pokemon Go PvP and the different tours. If you do enjoy it, please drop a like, please drop a follow, please drop a comment. I hope to see you back another time. And with that, I hope you have a good day.